Hey everybody, it's the Tie Guy, and we are on League of Legends. We're going to go ahead and jump into an ARAM. I am on Ezreal there, one of my favorite slippery AD carries, and we're going to see how this goes. Now, in ARAMs, it's a little different than the starting norms. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a Tear and the Guardian's Hammer, because I couldn't at the moment figure out how I wanted to build. But we're going to go ahead and pick that up with a health potion. And let's go ahead and float into lane with my little blue birdie there. And let's hope it gives me some luck. And we're going to go ahead and hop in the bush there, because we really don't want to give our position away too early. Kaiser's going to kind of try and see if they want to engage. And they do on our Morgana. But we're going to go ahead and tell Mumu why he should not do that, and that's bad, and we don't do that here. That's rule number 2. But as Morgana go ahead and lands a Q, I'm going to pop my own Q on them, and it looks like they got a hold on the Mumu there, and we're going to go ahead and back off that. They got a pretty bursty comp, as you're going to see right there, as the Gangplank picks up first blood. He's going to have to back off, and they have a really bursty comp, and we got a very good comp as well. I mean, it's not often that in ARAMs that you see the synergy that I was able to actually find with this group in ARAMs. Especially 4 random people that just link up just like that. Know how to play off each other relatively well, and of course there were some mistakes. There's always going to be mistakes. But it's going to be a good game. I had a lot of fun playing it. As they already got first blood, they're down a little bit low. I'm gonna kind of float back because it's a little bit scary for their team. They have a really bursty comp between the Amumu and the Orianna. You got a Caitlyn to throw in there, and that just adds to the whole party. We're gonna go ahead and pop a Dark Harvest Rune off of Victor there. Show Gangplank why he needs to go home. He didn't eat enough oranges today. He needs more vitamin C. We're going to go ahead and try to kind of stay back, throw a Q into some different area code. I don't know where I was aiming in that. But we're going to go ahead and pick up some minions. As we kind of hang back, again, bursty comp. We don't want to be in the middle of that as the squishy star wonder boy. We definitely don't want to do that. We don't want to put ourselves out there like that. Seraphine's going to go ahead and pop a Dark Harvest proc. I'm going to go ahead and E in there on the Victor. And I do believe that was my first or second kill. I don't know. But they're going to kind of back off as we back off as well. The Seraphine's low on health. She says, hey guys, I need a 5-second break. And let's all get some health and mana back. Sounds like a good idea. My whole team was down, so we went ahead and did it. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Dark Harvest proc out there off of, I believe that would be the Victor or the Gangplank. But we're going to go ahead and keep marching down. Now Gangplank, he's getting a little test as Gangplank does his little Q thing. I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult down the lane, pick the Amumu up, who is floating in the back there. And we're going to show Orianna why she needs to go back with the double kill. We're going to go ahead and pop a Dark Harvest proc out the Gangplank. And our Tristana decided she needed to follow that in to not be able to finish. Unfortunately, she didn't have it at that moment. But we'll go ahead and back off as the Victor is getting right in our face. And we don't like people in the face. In our face, they're all up in our grill. And I'm popping my little sad emote out because our Seraphine kind of took a Caitlyn ult to the face. But we're going to go ahead and pick up some minions up there as they're kind of pushing to us. They got the 4v3 advantage at the moment, so that makes it a little bit hard for us to do much, as the Seraphine does help us out a lot with pushing them back. Tristana is going to get a couple autos off on the Orianna, and that's where we'll go ahead and push out a little bit. We got our wave, we got our whole team. Should be fine, right? No. They're going to wombo us hard here, as they wiped our entire team. That's what I was talking about, their bursty comp. They have a ton of CC with a lot of damage, and that's scary against any team. As Kaiser almost gets the Mad Mummy there. She almost picked him up as he's almost dead, which is kind of good for us, as that'll give the person that they initiate on a little bit harder time. Kaiser's going to go ahead and dive them as we get a 4-player Seraphine ult. And there's the Kaiser picking the Orianna up. Tristana's in there. She's going to go ahead and throw some damage on the Caitlyn, pick her up with a explosive. And it looks like they're going to try and push 2v2 at the moment. Their team has 2. We have 2. Morgana's going to miss Q, drop her little pool on the ground, and that's where we tell the Gangplank he needs to go eat more oranges. Tristana's going to jump in and on that. She sees a really good idea, but as you saw my ult come down and tell the Victor why his Metalworks was not welcome here. Now we're going to go ahead and throw a W on the Amumu, miss the Q by just a hair there, and kind of back off as we're going into a, I do believe, a 3v4 at the moment. There's our Seraphine, so she's good. I'm going to go ahead and get some health as our Kaiser joins us. And let's go ahead and drop a minion there and get the waves to reset. And we're going to go ahead and kind of push forward because we want to play semi-aggressive, not enough to where they could get to us and wombo us again. We don't want that, obviously. As our Seraphine picks the Dark Harvest proc off the Amumu, I'm going to go ahead and throw a WQ onto the Gangplank, and he's going to go ahead and eat some oranges. Victor's going to meet a Q to the face, and we're going to go ahead and kind of trying to keep things similar at the moment. Right now, they have a 2-kill lead on us with about 1,000 gold ahead. No turns are down, so it's still anybody's game. As we throw a WQ out into the next area code, Tristana's going to pick that up as she jumps over, get a little bit of health, and land. As Morgana lands a stun, they're going to try to wombo us again. We're going to back off of that, and the Seraphine's going to pick the Amumu up, and Caitlyn's going to pick her up. My ult just took the Victor out, and Kaiser's going to go ahead and jump in on that. And it looks like the Gangplank is going to run away a little bit. I'm trying to get my abilities here. But Kaiser's going to pick the Dark Harvest proc up off of him as we rotate back through, pop a couple minions, stand in the bush, and it's all fun had. Now, I'm going to go ahead and me and Kaiser, we're going to get some health as we just kind of killed their team, so we got to wait for them to reset. And as we see, Orianna picked up a decent bit of damage with her Luden's Tempest. That's again scary as we're going to throw a W, miss our Q. Amumu's going to miss his because apparently he was showing me how to miss mine. And we're going to go ahead and keep pushing the lane. With us having 380 carries, we have a lot of damage, a lot of lane clear. But we also have a lot of CC. I mean, the teams are pretty decently balanced. I would say we really didn't have a tank, which surprised me throughout the whole game, how we were able to kind of make things work. But, I mean, that's League. That's League and ARAMs for you. You never know if you're just going to get the synergy on their team that you have a better team comp. Sometimes the team comp can change the whole game. But we're going to go ahead and throw a Q there off into the Orianna. As she's kind of floating in the back, our team's going to land a little bit of damage, and the Tristana is going to back off. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Orianna up, show the Gangplank why he needs to go eat some oranges, and it doesn't matter. He couldn't eat enough vitamin C deficiency or something. He had to go back to base and fix that. So we'll go ahead and keep kind of pushing things through, miss that minion by a hair, and roll right through into their base. Now as we got our QW down towards the Victor that didn't hit. We got the Morgana taking the ult for the Seraphine, which kind of saved her life. And we're going to go ahead and keep rolling down. Seraphine's going to push into their base as we try to put some damage on the tower. I'm going to pop a Dark Harvest proc off the Victor, and it looks like Amumu is trying to lock us down. I'm going to tell Caitlyn she needs to go back to base. She didn't have enough distance on that. And Amumu is going to pick up double kill, but I'm going to go ahead and tell him he needs to go cry somewhere else. And Orianna just was not ready. Bye. As I picked up the triple kill, took a tower shot there, was worth it. I would say definitely worth. Take the tower out, kind of float around, see how my team wants to push this. We're going into what would be, I believe, a 3v3 right now since their team is down. We're going to go ahead and grab some health, and let's see if we can do a nice calm reset. I'm going to throw an ult down there and tell Victor why his metal is not appreciated here. It's a little bit rusty. We don't do that. That's a little bit dingy. No, not all about that. Throw a QW at the Mumu, and he's going to back off as his engage is no longer valid. And we're all going to go ahead and back off. Let Morgana miss her Q and get that health potion. As we kind of do a little bit of a reset and, you know, poke them down. Because we, in this game, we won the poke war. To be honest, they had a heavy CC, but we won the poke war in the beginning, kind of. But as we're going to go ahead and that's the Orianna ult right there I was a little bit concerned about. But we're going to go ahead and pop a Q onto Caitlyn, tell her why she needs to go stand in the bush and think about what she's saying or doing. But let's go ahead and get them minions kind of out of our turret as the Victor drops his ult right there and takes our Morgana out. He's going to pop a Dark Harvest, proc off our Tristana, but we don't appreciate that as the Orianna goes down. And then we're going to we're going to show the Amumu here why he needs not to do that. Oh wait, that's right. I need to go by. So I'm going to go ahead and step into the ult of the gangplank there. And they're going to go ahead and get our turret. The way ARAMs work in League of Legends is that you cannot purchase unless you have recently died. So the only way to be able to get items is to die. Sometimes you got to do a little suicide. It's for the better sometimes. Morgana is going to go ahead and lock down the gangplank in our tower. Kaiser is going to show him why he needed to go get some more oranges. Amumu is going to lock her out, though. That was pretty bad. As the Tristana picks the Amumu up and shows why he needs to cry somewhere else. There goes my ult as I miss the entire enemy team with the Caitlyn right there, which is kind of sad. Orianna is going to go ahead and throw an ult down there, and Caitlyn's going to step in to pick the Morgana off. And as the Tristana goes ahead and picks the Caitlyn, and he almost is going to get the Victor. Never mind. She finished up. No biggie. With a little help from a Q from me, she was able to put him down and show why he needed to go away. Now we'll go ahead and get a kite on the Amumu here as he decides he needs to run right through our minions as he gets pushed back by the Tristana ult. And we'll go ahead and hit him with another Q, you know, as safety. You wanna keep him at a distance, because that Amumu up at me would definitely be bad. As we kind of group back with our team and kind of feeling it out. Know that they don't have the chance to wombo us as the Amumu has got his ult down. It's got about what looks like 30 seconds on it or so. So we'll go ahead and push some minions down and see if we can get another tower. Now without our minions there, we wouldn't be able to push their tower. But of course Morgana is going to try and give them a little poke, as I do, Tristana does, and our minions are finally here, so we might be able to do something about this. We'll see. I'm going to throw an ult down there, and it looks like I missed everybody. But it's okay. Hats off. You miss some, you win some. So as we kind of float around waiting for our minions, we're going to go ahead and pick up a heal. They're all pretty low, so that's really good for us. The lower they are, the easier it is to kill them. And it looks like our team's going to get caught by the Amumu and the Orianna combo. But it's not good. Not good for them, as we see the Kaiser picks up a triple kill and kind of tells them why their combo was not right. I'm going to go ahead and pop a QW onto the Victor as he shows me why he's got an ult. And I'm going to go ahead and run away from that, because that hurts. That we are not all about being electric, and that's not okay. Going to go ahead and pop the inhibitor down there and kind of keep pushing into their base. Again, we're a little bit testy. We'll put some damage on the other towers. The rest of our team kind of pops around. There goes the Morgana, but the Kaiser pays them in kind. We'll pop a Q onto the Amumu there and kind of back off a little bit. We're trying to pick up a little bit of lifesteal. Amumu's going to miss his Q, but it looks like the Kaiser isn't, as the Tristana jumps in for joy, and the Seraphine hits her ability, and there we go. Looks like Amumu had to flash after he got ulted, which was an interesting choice. But as we kind of keep going here, we're going at a 4v4 situation as we're missing Morgana, they're missing their Orianna, so we're pretty evenly stacked. We now have about a 1,500 gold lead on them, so we're starting to pull ahead here. We're gonna go ahead and back off and grab their relics because the Seraphine was pretty low. We wanted to heal on them. As they kind of march back, we realized again, even though we may have a little bit of a lead, all it takes is one mistake for them to ace our team and the game's over. That's another great thing about this game is that you can have a team that is face rolling their opponent the entire game, and all it takes is a mistake to change the whole game around. But let's go ahead and push their minions back, see if we can get something going. Morgana lands a Q, takes a couple turn shots for it, but it's okay as it works out. Their Mumu goes down here as I catch him with my ult. Their whole team is going to go ahead and jump on it. And look at them, they're chasing me. Not very nice. Their Caitlyn, as I inform her, she needs to go back. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of range finding as I missed both my abilities there. And I'm a little bit far out, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and make up for it with that Q and that Q off the Gangplank with a WQ combo. And he's going to meet a Dark Harvest proc and a Q to the face. That didn't work out for him either. He needs to go eat more oranges somewhere. Let's take some of these minions down as I missed that last one. And we kind of push forward. Well, now 3 of their team is up, and I'm the only one of mine down there. But I kind of wanted to keep the pressure on him, as a Mumu I know is going to definitely charge at me because he wants to put me down. He's going to miss his, he's going to miss me with his Q there, but it landed on our super minion. So Tristana got a little bit of damage in off of that mistake, and we're going to go ahead and keep going. Now again, they got a bursty comp, so we're not going to want to be too aggressive because all it takes is for, say, a Mumu to jump in and ult, or for Orianna to land hers, and that'll lock our entire team down, and that's not good. But we're going to go ahead and take one of their turrets as sit in the back there and show them why they really don't need to do that. Gonna go ahead and back off a little bit as our Seraphine does some poking. I'm gonna throw an ult and tell Orianna why she needs to take her ball and go back to base. And we got a 3v3. I mean, it's pretty, again, still pretty decently balanced. We're only 5 kills up and about 2,000 gold on them. So the match is still pretty balanced, but at this point we're pulling ahead pretty decently. Gonna go ahead and miss our W as a Mumu decides he needed to show why he wants to lock people down, and the Seraphine's going to land a lovely ability there, so I can go ahead and hop in on that Caitlyn. I'm going to go ahead and be smart and do a melee matchup with Gangplank, and that ended up with me going down. I would have went down either way if it wasn't for his Q or his ult, but it's okay. Morgana got my back. Don't worry. She got the back. We're good. She got revenge for me as Tristana walks into the Orianna ult and gets right out of that Victor ult. Morgana splits the pair, drops an ult there, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and take our team, what our remnants of our team was, down. The only one we got up right now is Kai'Sa and the Seraphine, but that's fine. We got a 2 super minion wave push in. That's going to take them a minute to get rid of, so they can't really push very hard. And it looks like Kai'Sa's chilling in the bush. She's looking for an opportunity, and she hits Orianna with a W, and gonna go ahead and back off that. Seraphine's gonna throw a little bit of damage onto the Mumu, but he's a beefy boy, so it really doesn't bother him much. Bye, Orianna. Sorry, you were just kind of standing there. Take your ball and go back to base. And I'm going to go ahead and show Victor why he was wrong as I land my QW onto him. And at this point, we've got some decent damage. We're pushing towards endgame. We're almost fully built. We have a lot of damage on our WQ combo paired with the the Sheen proc from the Divine Thunderer and our Dark Harvest. That gives us a lot of damage. As you see, we kind of mow through that down there. Not only that, we got 380 carries and what would be deemed as 2 supports or 2 mages. We're going to push their tower down, no problem. We're in a 3v4 situation. As we see, Orianna kind of missed her ult. Oops. But it's okay. You win some, you lose some. Now we're going to go ahead and kind of keep pushing them out as Amumu misses his Q, which was good because if he would have landed on us, ulted, that would have been bad. They would have probably comboed us again. Go ahead and throw some skill shots out there as I miss both of mine because I'm a little bit out of range, but it's okay. As they're kind of trying to defend their base, there isn't much they can do at this point. Right now we have about a 2,000 gold advantage as I flash right, or as I E right into the Victor stun. Gonna go ahead and help our team take down the Amumu as I pick up the Victor again because his metal works isn't appreciated here. Orianna is gonna land an ult, but I'm gonna land a Q on the Caitlyn and tell her why she needs to take her range and go home. But bye. She tried to go shiny and didn't work out for her, and it looks like that's where we're going to go ahead and end the game at. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'll be back with more as soon as I can get it. Y'all have a wonderful night, and be safe out there. Bye-bye now.